Hey, gang, it's your old pals, Uncle Hank and Kippy. Just want to thank you for tuning in to Are You Garbage?
Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. That way you get the episode as they come out. And you can also go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code AYG to get bonus content and get the episodes before they come out and HD streaming. Do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, sir. Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? The show where we sit down with your favorite comedians and find if they grow up classy or if they're absolute trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a nice, chilly, rainy, fally day here in New York fucking city, alive and well in the East Village, here in the Gas Digital Studios, in the big studio. Could not be more excited. My co-host coming at you from right next to me. All right, he's a good kid. He's a good shit. Gang, you know the drill. The next time you're reaching for a best pal, you go ahead and you make it a Kippy, which is going to be a T-shirt coming very soon, and I think you're going to like the design. I'm custom crafting this with one of the best artists in Europe. Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, thanks for flubbing 3 words in that last sentence of yours. What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. You can subscribe there as well. And also, Gas Digital Network, if you want to sign up, get the whole catalog of shows.
Yep.
You can sign up, use promo code AYG. We get to wet our beaks a little bit.
Love that money.
You save a couple of bucks. We make a couple of bucks. It's a win. Fucking win,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Absolutely. And gang, we could not be more excited to have our incredibly special guest with us here today. Another
Got a
super
hot one.
requested comedian on the podcast today. This kid's an earner, I'll tell you that right now. He is a very successful stand-up comedian and actor. As a stand-up, he has appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He has his own Comedy Central Presents, Comedy Underground with David Tell, Last Comic Standing, Conan, Comedy Knockout, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Ooh. This week at the Comedy Cellar, all right, as an actor, he has appeared in Inside Amy Schumer, a.k.a. Wyatt Cenac, and a fucking scene stealer in the summer fucking blockbuster, The King of Staten Island. But most importantly, he is a part of the Gas Digital family. He has an incredible podcast right here on the network that I know all of you are fans of. And if you're not, you got to fucking check it out. It's called No Disrespect. The big question in everybody's mind today, is he garbage? I'm saying no, because every time I'm around him, I get the feeling he wants to hurt me. So I think he's got a really good sense and judge of character. Give it up for the one, the only, Mr. Mike Vecchione, everybody.
Hey, thank you guys for having me in to test whether I'm garbage or not.
Dude,
I like you guys, Foley and Ryan. It's like rogue cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, cornering me.
Fatso and the Baldy is what we call it. But.
We made some mistakes. We're trying to get it all back, trying to get it right.
Well, like I told you before, I'm a big fan of the podcast. I'm ready to be put to the test. I made sure I got plenty of sleep last night. I did my stretches and my mental acuity exercises, so I'm ready for anything you have to throw at me.
He's
Mayo,
on, baby.
no. Ketchup, no. Any kind of those white trash things, those condiments that you throw at me, I'm already ready to say no. Grey Poupon, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, let me make the decision for you easier, okay? I come confrontational. It gets views. It gets listens.
He's putting the system on trial.
Putting it on trial.
Like a Jimmy Stewart over here.
I'll go right into it. I know you guys like to work up. I know you guys like an arc. We went to the same high school. Did you guys know that?
He had mentioned
I
it.
can't
Yeah.
believe
Community High School, home of the Bobcats.
In Boca.
You guys got a couple of live Bobcats in the fucking studio. I don't know if you realize that or not.
This guy's all hopped up on Kratom over here.
91 and 15 in this bitch.
Holy shit. I do want to say, you fucking stole that scene in
Thank
fucking
you.
The King of
Man,
Staten. Fucking
fantastic.
awesome.
Was that that's one of your bits, I believe, right? Or is it something?
I improv. The beauty about Judd is he'll put you in a scene and then there's lines, but he'll let you improv it and he'll give you a bunch of takes and it's fantastic.
That was like one of the joys to see you get that like as I was watching, and then they kept coming back to it. I'm like, oh, and you just kept tagging it and tagging. It was fantastic.
And Pete was very generous in that too. He just let me roll. So
That was a very classy thing he just did there, too. And I'm saying that there's no doubt in my mind that you're classy. There's no doubt.
But you're still going to ask me the questions, though.
Of course.
We'll see if there's any dirt there for sure.
But when he said that's the thing about Judd.
Yeah.
It's a classy
fucking
segue.
nice.
That's the thing about Judd.
Nice.
You guys are being both good cops right now. I'm waiting for the bad
You're
cop
bad
to
cop
come
for
out.
both of us. You came in shooting.
You're psychologically trying to trick me into relaxing, and then hit
Get
me
the
with
phone
fuck-
book in here now.
And then you're going to hit me. Do you have an above-ground pool? Which is a sure sign that you're white.
Oh yeah, he's got one.
Oh, yeah.
He's got one that's half. They dug it a little lower, so it's half above, half underground.
a deck
and
around
build a
it.
deck around it.
You dive right in, Mike. Walk right off the patio, dive right in. But you can't dive. It's only 3 feet. So do a cannonball like a gentleman.
It's more of a puddle, I think.
Is it Long Island?
No, outside of Philly.
Oh, okay.
We talked about this a little briefly. You do have Jersey roots, though.
Or
No,
Philly
I
roots.
lived in Philly for 8 years, and I taught there. But I don't have any. I'm
But
not
you
from
didn't
there.
grow up there.
No.
Okay, interesting.
Did you start comedy there? Because you were. I
Yes.
remember you being a fit. Like I
started
remember back
comedy
in the
at
day,
Laugh
Philly.
House in Philly, which is no longer, in business. But I think it's interesting the dives that you said. Like it's like a cannonball's a white trash dive. A dive is actually classy.
Sure, if you can
Into
pull one off,
skill.
yeah.
There are different ways to leap into the water.
Yeah.
The trashiest would be the can opener.
Yeah, the one-legged.
Because there was only few guys that could do that very well. They were always underage smokers. They wore cut-off jeans.
Yeah.
They had like a really thin chest with like a little bit of chest hair. They were banging somebody's mom, but when they
You're
showed up at
describing
the
everybody
pool,
who hangs out at the Wawa in South Jersey.
but when they show up at that pool, man, they got fucking athletic ability.
But the thing that made it trashy is like that was their time to shine.
Yeah.
You had to convince them.
Right.
Like, hey, Greg, come over, do the can opener.
Yeah.
Like, really get it going, and they reveled in it.
What does
Yeah.
a can opener look like, if I might be
It's
so
the
bold?
one-legged.
One
can.
leg.
You might know
Oh,
it as a cherry bomb. I
All
think
right.
too, as well.
Okay.
It's AKA cherry bomb.
that's really
The belly flop also is a white trash.
of course.
That's,
yeah.
A belly flop contest. If you've ever been to or participated in a belly flop contest, you can't come back.
I mean, it's one step away from suicide. Let's just really be honest.
But the can opener shows athletic ability.
Yeah.
And that is when people peak. There was that guy that could do that. All right. There was the guy, I knew a kid, he was the biggest dirtball in our town, but he could hold himself sideways on a fucking, like a street pole.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was always single parent families. The kids that could
yeah. Do weird shit like that. Had a mini bike zipping around.
I had a mini bike.
I think you guys are talking about core strength right now. And that's where you get into my
This guy
territory.
shines. You're a
Well,
buff guy. You
I'm losing weight. I'm
You do
massively
keep it
losing
tight.
weight.
You have a strict diet. You keep it tight.
Well, I was on a diet, and I mean, we can get into diet if you want to. I don't know if this counts.
big.
But I was on the. I've been experimenting with a bunch of stuff, but I finally figured it out now in quarantine. I
Okay.
couldn't be more excited about it.
Great. What is it?
Yeah.
What are you doing? A keto version of keto?
It's a keto.
what
It's a
everybody's
keto version of intermittent fasting.
Ooh.
So I'm doing keto, but I would just. My problem is overeating, so I would just do keto, but then I would just overeat
5,000
during that.
calories or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it didn't help me at all. So it's like. And I refused to do intermittent fasting for a long time because I wrestled and I suffered when I had to cut weight really bad.
He
And,
complains about it too. Yeah.
I
hated
honestly, people don't believe me, but I would never change it for the world. I loved it. It was an unbelievable experience. I honestly feel like that fucked me up and fucked up my relationship with food. And every time I walk up a flight of stairs, I think about that because we used to have to run these stairs
Right,
over and
right.
over and over and over again.
Right. I think I was already fucked up, but wrestling implanted that in my mind that this is a lot of suffering. My friend Greg Warren, do you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
of course.
He's a fucking fantastic comic
Hilarious.
and was a really, really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Was an All-American. And
That's right. He does have cauliflower.
yeah,
I noticed that.
he won't get on a scale now.
Wow.
It doesn't matter where. Doctor's office, physical.
just-
He's like,
no.
nope. And he will get into a verbal thing with the doctor.
Puts
He'll
him
be
in a
I'm
full
not getting on a
Nelson.
fucking scale, dude. He's like, just close your eyes. No. I'll know.
He makes
I'll
him get
know.
down on all four.
It's one of the funniest things.
That's wild.
throwing
funny.
legs on a nurse during a physical. I told you I ain't doing it. Holy shit! So let's get into the origin story of Mike Vecchione here. Another thing too, I just want to point this out, all right, if I may. Sidebar: I don't think there's gonna be anywhere to go on this. I have never seen him where his hair
Yeah.
didn't look exactly fucking like that.
He's like a cartoon
What do you get? A
character
haircut
put
every
together.
3 days?
I believe the word you're looking for is equidistant. It's shaped up on both sides. I do that for geometric reasons as much as anything, guys. I
Not
gotta
so
be
much
honest with
stylish.
you.
He's just big into angles.
How often do you get a haircut?
I cut it every 2 weeks, but I cut it. I learned how to cut it in college. My roommate, James Burrell, shout out to... I give him credit every
Shout
time
out
I
to
say it.
James.
Shout out to James, one of my best
Everybody's
friends.
getting a shout out.
Showed me how
From
to...
Boca to Jersey.
Yeah, from Judd Apatow to James in room
James
32B.
He's a lawyer in New York now. And we went to college together. He was a Maryland state champ. He was fucking really tough. And a lawyer now, and he taught me how to do it in college. So I would do it, mess up, and he would just be there to like fix it. And he did that until I figured it out. That's
Cuts his own hair, but he keeps. How do you get the back?
I cut it with a mirror.
I don't trust myself.
It's like a magic trick. There's a lot of mirrors.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
smoking
sawing
mirrors.
women in
That's-
half.
that's-
Same thing when I take my pants off. A lot of smoke and mirrors.
I'm always amazed by that, especially these days. I always hear like women say like the guy pulled his dick out right away. That's my last fucking move.
Yeah,
I'll make
you dinner
lady.
before my dick comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening so much anymore. by the way.
I think
Just for the record.
Yeah.
Boca Raton, Florida.
Boca Raton, Florida. Well, I have a weird story because I was born in Youngstown, Ohio, which is like Rust Belt steel.
Yeah.
town.
That's the epitome of like
Right.
blue collar, like Youngstown. Yeah.
So my grandfather on my father's side had a family business. They had a mushroom growing and canning operation that started out as spaghetti sauce. Couldn't compete with ragu and some of the other big names.
Are you
So it
being
turned into-
serious?
Absolutely.
And what you?
That's like an Italian superhero
mushroom.
origin story.
It's a
Ragu's
mushroom.
killing us.
We'll get them cocksuckers now.
Hey, Grandpa, what about these mushrooms? All right, put them in a can.
So he started a canning operation.
That's great.
Canning
fucking
mushrooms.
awesome.
Oh, he pivoted.
Big canned
From-
mushroom fan. I just want to say, even now, canned mushrooms and canned potatoes are huge at the Foley house.
Well, they're old imports now. But back when they were
Back
in
when
the
it was
business,
still back in the day.
American.
Yeah.
So
Goddamn Chinese.
it was a canning operation, and then he added a growing operation. So it was a growing and canning
He's
operation.
a mover and shaker.
He's a mover and shaker, immigrant. You
Yeah.
know? And my aunt and uncle ran the under him ran the canning side, and my father was on the growing operation side. But they had a contentious relationship. So in 1981, the relationship blew up.
Yeah.
My father was like, I'm not staying here with my family, and we moved to Boca Raton, Florida. We stayed in Boca Raton, Florida from 81 to 85, 86, and then we moved back to Youngstown because they decided to give it another try because the business was failing without my father.
Gotcha.
2 more years there. I spent 8th and 9th grade in Youngstown. Going to high school, learned to wrestle in Ohio. Great wrestling in Ohio.
Of course.
And then it blew up again, and we moved back to Boca Raton, Florida for my sophomore, junior, and senior year.
How bad did that suck going from fucking Boca Raton to Youngstown, Ohio?
I actually, believe it or not, I wanted to move back.
Really?
Yeah,
Because you were there already. That was like that was your roots a little bit.
Well, it was different for me because I was playing Pop Warner football organization called Boca Jets. And I would have to go to.
Boca Jets!
I would have to. It was contact football. by the
yeah,
way.
I remember,
9
yeah.
years
Of course,
old,
I know Pop
9
yeah,
years
Pop
old.
Warner
No.
was big back in the
80
day.
pound football league. 80-pound football league.
It's like where he put the shoulder pads on them. They're like this big.
We were fucking hitting, dude.
Yeah, I
You
remember
talking
that.
about me going back to high school? He's going Pop Warner. I fucking
Putting a helmet on people, 11 men getting to the fucking ball, swarming defense.
What was your jersey number and position?
I played
Both sides of the ball.
First year when I was 9, I played nose guard.
Dude,
Number
a 9-year-old
50.
nose guard.
Number 50 at nose guard.
Well,
dude.
he did have 2 pounds on the other guys.
2
They put him-
cycles of roids a month.
Oh, I love it. So-
9-year-old with back hair, fucking killing people. Dick buckets. That's fucking awesome.
Dude, my neighbors used to play football. We never played. We weren't a football household, but my neighbors played Pop Warner young. I met like
Those
7, 8.
those dads were all carpenters
Yes.
and they were all
Oh,
nuts.
they were roofers, dude.
My father was
And-
way in.
and I'm
a
like-
kid got,
Was he?
a kid got paralyzed the year before I started playing when I was 8, and I go, Dad, a kid got paralyzed the year before. You know what my father said? He's like, make sure you're in shape, tackle with good form, keep your head up, you'll be all right.
Do your neck exercises.
Father, like, you'll be all right. Make sure you tackle with good form. Don't tackle with your head down. You'll be good.
That kid was an asshole. Who knows what he did? He had to come. That's wild, man. But I
man.
remember being so afraid. I'd be like, I remember the girl next door played with the boys. She would lay dudes out, and I remember being so scared. I'd be like, you're going to go out there and just tackle? I was petrified. I was like, no
Seeing a
fucking way.
football helmet up close as a child, it might as well have been the fucking spacesuit. It just looked so thick and heavy and fucking, it looked like it hurt.
That was not for me.
So I did that, and so that was my. Then I graduated from high school. I placed in states in wrestling in high school, and then I went
In
to
Florida?
in Florida.
Okay.
And then I went to college at Penn State, and I wrestled there for a little while, and then
Maine? Penn State.
campus,
Nice.
yeah. And then I moved to
Not
Philly.
playing sports at fucking a
They
satellite
do it.
campus.
Altoona's got a good program out
That's
here.
right, man. Altoona has a bad. God, Penn State
I moved to
stinks.
Philly when I graduated because I was dating a girl from Philly in college. So I moved to Philly in '95 and then stayed there till 2003, then moved to New York. I started comedy in 2000. Around
You came up here
2000.
for comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Came here for comedy.
Is the canning operation still in business or not?
It's all sold. It's all done. Yeah.
And before your father left, it was a pretty successful company. I would
it got
imagine,
successful, yeah, because one of their main clients were.
You don't move to Boca if you're not fucking moving cans of mushrooms.
No, that wasn't the case at all.
No?
Because Boca's a wealthy area,
Yeah.
but we weren't. We had more money in Ohio actually
Yeah.
than in Florida. When we broke ties, like the money was gone. Like he sold his stocks. We had enough money to move and buy a place.
He had
but that was
stocks?
stocks in the company. Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
So that means it was a publicly traded
was a
company.
No,
family
that's not what it
business.
means.
Okay.
It was a public-
Yeah, what was it on the NASDAQ? Let me get a couple of Bitcoins and 2 cans of mushrooms. Hit
But
the
one of the
bricks.
big at the time, one of the big clients was Stouffer's Food,
Damn.
and they
Make a
had
hell of a
government
French
contracts also. So
That's where the cash
Holy
is.
shit.
Cash, yeah.
A lot of
So it was
cash
good.
in
My
the
grandfather did well, and my father was a big part of the reason they were successful, but they couldn't get along. And as a result, like we moved to Florida, and we didn't have money in Florida. I just was home visiting my mother. I got COVID tested, went to go visit her, and we went to we lived in a condo, and it was all of us in this
condo,
small
yeah.
condo. Yeah.
Damn.
So we grew up very like working to middle class.
Sure.
And how many brothers and sisters did you have? How many people were in the condo?
Older brother who was a musician, younger sister.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was the three is in there as
Right.
kids?
Yes.
Did you have to share a room with your
Shared a
brother?
room with my brother.
Wow, it's old
Bunk
school.
beds at first.
That shit breeds wrestlers. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, because the
men-
lights go out and you start fucking putting each other in headlocks.
It's really fun as a wrestler to try moves at home on your family.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's
Holy
fantastic.
shit.
But I got to say, the thing about football is at a young age, because there's been a lot of backlash about kids playing contact football. Contact football is, I understand the concussion and the brain injury part of it, but it's really, I think, good for people to do it.
I agree.
Because,
I agree.
I mean, the kids, now I went back to my high school a few years ago, and they're like, don't hit during the week. I'm like, do you know how much this would have changed my experience of playing sports? It's
Yeah.
like, we hit every day except for the day before the game, Thursday. And it's like, there's something about that contact that makes you humble.
Of course.
And it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
does.
yeah.
It humbles you, and it kind of changes your perception. It gives you a respect for everybody else that you
course.
wouldn't get if you're playing a non-contact sport.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
absolutely.
It's like
I have to
it's
say
like
that.
being punched in the face.
Yeah,
Like,
we
it's
always
like-
say this.
Yeah.
Because you know what's on the other end of that.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I could get fucking laid out going across the middle here. You
Right.
got to keep your,
Right.
keep your head on a fucking
And I think that's
swivel.
missing in our, not to get preachy, but it's missing in our society today with Twitter, with all the social media that I don't think we're evolved enough to do.
course.
It's like people just saying stuff, flying around saying whatever
Yeah.
with no kind of like, oh, this is consequences to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Whereas in the hitting scenario, it's like there's consequences. You run full speed at a guy, you're going to feel it, he's going to feel it,
Yeah.
you're both going to... There's something in that, and maybe I'm not articulating it very well, but there's something in that that's very good for society versus when you could just rip off a tweet and go,
saying,
I don't
yeah.
care.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah,
and
fuck
just
this
block
guy.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
If there's a threat of getting smacked in the face, you're not going to fucking run your mouth at somebody.
Right.
Well, there's a one. It's very similar to comedy in this. When you buy, it's like there's consequences to your choice, right? Like if you decide to go, you're like, I could get hit, I could buy whatever it is. It's
Right.
like there's an immediate consequence.
Right.
When you're on Twitter or whatever, it's like, fuck you, I'll say
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
I'll do whatever.
Right.
And that constantly over and over conditions you to be like, oh, I don't give a fuck about whatever.
It conditions you, and it's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's bad for you as a person to do that and to not think about how you're affecting other people or
course.
how you're just like hurting other people, and you're like, oh, this is no big deal.
Yeah.
I totally
Did you
agree.
coach at all?
I coached a little bit when I was I taught. I got my degree in. So I'll continue with the.
'Cause
it's
let me
a
tell you
long story.
something.
I'm actually 100 years old. So it's a long story.
I just want to tell you
My
because
development.
I'm fucking jacked up right now. I would start doing fucking wind sprints for you right now.
To where? McDonald's? What are you talking about?
He's got the juices flowing. We're talking about Pop Warner football and
Pop
wrestling.
Warner football,
You're
baby.
you always shit on me if I bring up wrestling or football.
Yeah, you're doing it like in the car. We're on a fucking interview podcast, and we're asking him about his childhood. We'll just be driving down fucking
I'm
Third Avenue.
sorry,
You're
I
like,
wanted to tell you about the big game against Lansdale Catholic in the fall of '94.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zephyr Mitchell for that pick six. Back to Boca.
Okay, back to Boca. So I graduate college, Penn State, moved to Philly, with a girl that I was dating in college. She was in law school, and we lived together for 3 years. We break up. I'm by myself, and while I'm working, I started working, but then I was like, I started working with kids with behavioral problems.
Okay.
I worked at a place called Glen Mills Schools, which is no longer in
We used to play them
business.
in lacrosse.
Yeah, they're it's adjudicated kids from all over the country. So instead of going to lockup, they send these kids to this school.
Yeah.
And
Tough
it's
individuals.
tough kids. But it's the beauty of the school was it was a narrow scope of kids. Like they didn't take pyromaniacs.
Okay.
They didn't take sex offenders. It took aggravated assault, kids who dealt drugs, not addicted to drugs, but were drug dealers. They took a certain car thieves. They took a certain kind of a narrow scope, and they really did a good job of
Within the
working with them,
parameters
within
of
the
that.
parameters
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. So they did a good job. I worked there for a year, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to work shift work anymore, and I want to be more versatile than just being in this program, even though it was a great program. So I went back at night and got a master's degree from Cabrini College.
Yeah.
Shout out Mother Cabrini. Got her
Yeah.
statue. She got a statue erected to her finally. And
We've all been waiting.
we've been waiting. I mean, I don't know if you guys.
It's about time she got her fucking due.
According to the newsletter Catholic Weekly, we have been waiting a long time.
My mom forwarded that to me. Yeah.
So I went to that school and at 5 years at night, and I got a certification and master's in special education.
You're a fucking worker.
worker,
man.
baby. And
Fucking
then
worker.
You use the word shift job anymore. That's as old school as it gets.
step 4 to 12.
What are you working third shift?
You're like a breaker boy or
4
something
to
like
12. Go get a beer.
Yeah, that's wow. Damn, he's a fucking.
You're a nice, sharp guy.
Yeah.
I got a master's in special education. Then I taught for 5 years in public schools. I went to
In Philly?
In Philly, I
What
taught
public school?
in Northeast Philly. I taught at Woodrow Wilson Middle School.
Okay.
On Cotman Avenue.
Yeah, I'm from. I was
Northeast.
born in the Northeast.
In the
yeah.
Northeast. Northeast is great.
Yeah.
I love how I don't know the way it was zoned, but Northeast High School. I used to go to work out with the wrestlers sometimes. Right across the street from the Purple Orchid, which is a strip club.
Oh, I don't
Hilarious.
I don't know the Purple
Hilarious
Orchid.
zoning.
Yeah. It's
Anyway.
lawless up there.
You're like a
really
city
is.
planner with a sense of humor. You know what I mean?
They're not going to get it now. It's going to pay off in a couple of years, though.
I love the Northeast. I love Northeast Philly. So I did that for a year, and then I had a tough time. The breakup happened. I got a DUI. I had nowhere to live. I didn't know how. She was a lawyer, so she was handling my court case. But then things before us, things going between us wasn't good. So she got a lawyer to help me, to her credit. But then I was communicating. We were so on the fucking outs that I just called the lawyer. I was like, look, just contact me directly. I don't know if she's going to
Sure,
get back to me.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I could miss a court. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
That's fucking spiteful.
That's
yeah.
vengeance.
Well, I got past the DUI. I got a place. I got a job in Upper Darby, which
Nice.
is a suburb of West Philadelphia.
Of course.
And taught there, which was one of the best jobs I've ever had. Upper Darby.
Upper Darby's nice.
At Drexel Hill Middle School in Upper Darby.
Nice.
Yeah, Drexel Hill's nice.
It was a nice job, great area. I did 2 years there, and then I had a friend at Garnet Valley High School, which is farther out, that Glen Mills area, and high school. So I went to go teach high school at Garnet Valley. I taught there for 2 years.
Nice.
And then I was unhappy with my job my second year, so I just resigned, and with no job, and I was doing Tony and Tina's wedding in South Philadelphia.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Doing
I guess
what
you guys
there?
didn't know that one, and you booked me on that.
Listen,
Oh my
for the listener,
God.
Tony and Tina's
Tony and
wedding
Tina's
is
wedding.
Garbage.
It's explain it. It's I
it
don't know if
actually
they're
is.
doing these. I don't know if they're
actually
doing
is.
these like around the country, but Tony and Tina's wedding in the Philadelphia, the tri-state area.
It's dinner
Well,
theater.
Yeah, it's a fake Italian wedding.
Yeah,
That you can get invited to. Get
go-
yourself an invite.
I love how he played to the camera
Right
on that
to the
one
camera.
too. Tony
I know
taught
this-
him well.
I know this studio.
You on
right
Tina's
to
side
the
or Tony's side? How you doing? Did you even have to change your name? I just used your same name. Mike Vecchione. I'm here with Tony.
Hey, listen, you're a little too Italian. We're gonna have to tone it down a
I
bit.
could see that audition. You walked in, you're hired. That's awesome.
So I did
Wait,
that.
hold on. What? Because I'm actually.
I played one of the groomsmen for a year, and then I played Tony for a while.
At what theater?
You were Tony?
Yeah, I was Tony for a while.
What?
Damn.
Ooh, a little fucking
I'm
star
sure.
power
I'm
in
sure
here.
a couple of my aunts saw you back in the day as
well.
Tony.
Oh, and the guy who played Tony was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I
Gorgeous.
probably did the dollar dance with him. I'll be honest with you.
the
There's all
dollar
kinds of
dance,
different
yeah.
dances. So it was really fun because the people that I was in it with were great people. Like we were all we all had so much fun together. I would just go out. I was dating a girl in South Philadelphia at the time, and I would go down because I was teaching in the suburbs.
Right.
So I would drive down to South Philadelphia on 18th and Snyder.
Yeah.
And we'd do the show, and then we'd go out, and I would just get fucking hammered out at those bars in South Philly.
Yeah.
And then
So
my
we're
girl,
talking mid-90s?
No, we're talking
Early 2000s?
early 2000s.
Okay.
2000, 2001, 2002. So I would go down, and there's no social media or any of that
Yeah.
shit, And I would go down there, I would do the show, get hammered, go to my girls, we'd crash, and because she was like classier, she would like go to Center City, like those Center City clubs,
Lounges and
and
stuff.
stuff.
Sure.
She would go, and she was like a martini, like she would go hang out with.
That's
her
how
friends
blue
there.
collar he is. He's like, she would go to Center City to
Yeah,
one of them,
yeah.
fancy lounges. When he
Budokan,
Budokan,
and some of those
there
other
was,
martini lounges and stuff on Second and Market.
Blue Martini.
Blue Martini.
Yeah,
She
that's
would go to
still
those
there.
places. Yeah, she would go to those places, and she like,
You're
you
up
want
there
to?
shaking your heads in Blue Martini.
With your olive in your drink, you're fucking embarrassing me.
And she would always go, "Do you want to meet me?" I'm like, "Fuck no!
Yeah,
I don't
you're
want to meet
down
you.
at-
I'm paying $14 for a drink. I want to get fucking hammered down here."
He's
for
down there at
$5.
like 2 Street Annie's with like fucking
dude,
for
it was
nickel beers.
Yeah,
and
I'm
shit.
getting drunk with mummers. What are you talking about?
I just put 20 in a jukebox. I'm here all night.
I fucking loved it. My friend dropped me off one time. He had his truck. He dropped me off. She was right behind us in her car, ready to park. And I was so hammered, I just laid on her windshield. And she was driving to go park. She was driving slow, but I was like on her windshield.
Dude, it's lawless down there
my
at
God,
like
it was
midnight.
So funny,
It's
dude.
great.
I had such a good time for those couple of years, and then I moved. I moved up here. I was like, okay, I gotta take a real shot at stand up, So, and then when I got here, it was all about the clubs. There was no YouTube,
course,
there was
yeah.
no Twitter, there was no any of this stuff, and there wasn't even that many alt rooms. There was like a Village Lantern was running, but there weren't that many just rooms. It was clubs.
Yeah.
So I would go to the back of the Boston because different comics would run the Boston Comedy Club
Every night, right?
and nights of the week. It was
Yeah.
booked. Pro shows were booked on the weekends, and Will and Talent did Urban Night on Sunday.
Which
when
was
I
that
moved
was like
here.
infamous, right?
Huge,
Back in the
man.
day.
It was
that was
packed.
Like, yeah.
They would fucking pack it out. It was unreal.
They said it was like, I mean, that's like shit of legend. Yeah,
Dude, I was trying to get on it because I said I could get, just
Yeah.
Will and Talent are so nice. They're such good people that I approached them to get on it. And
From coming up at the Laugh House as well, there is nothing better than a fucking packed out fucking show like that.
it's unreal.
It's
It was
fucking
unreal.
the energy is unbelievable.
But the Boston was bumping back then, and if you knew the comics producing the shows, you could maybe get on.
Get a couple of
Marina
minutes,
would
yeah.
produce like a Monday, Blue Monday she did, which was Tony Woods' show. She did Blue Monday, and she ran it for a long time and did a really good job with it. So and then Jason Sokolov, I don't know if you guys know
No.
him. He'd do like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Tom DiDario would do like Thursday, and then Friday was the club shows.
Yeah.
Wayne Rada was booking it at the time.
okay.
And then Sunday was Talent and Will. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that the landscape was a lot different up here. So
Sure.
it was like the whole mindset was get on stage as much as you can, but in order to get on stage, you have to hang out. Like, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
we
hanging out.
did
Nobody
the
knows
same
who you
thing.
are.
Yeah, you gotta hang.
I mean, DeRosa had moved a year before me, or 9 months before me, and I knew Jay from coming back to Philly,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew Kurt a little bit, but I knew Jay and I knew Joe mostly. So,
You just tag along with them.
yeah, Joe would like, I remember being at that Cherry Hill Rascals and doing a show with them. I was like opening, Jay was headlining.
Yeah.
And Kurt and Joe had come with Jay. And I remember just asking them at the hang afterwards, I'm like, can you guys just at least, I understand the way the business is, so I don't want to be a burden, but can you at least point me in the right
Well, yeah, what to
direction?
do, yeah.
And, but they did. Those guys all were like, oh, he's a friend of ours from Philly. So that opens it up to like,
of course,
other
you at least have
comics.
like a little bit of a network of people who
Right.
know you. Oh, this is because we did the same thing. We came up from Philly, and there was like a gaggle of us. There was like from all the way from like Derek and Monroe,
Yes.
down to like I think I was the last one, and there was between us there was 9 people had come up. So it's like
Did you guys work at the Laugh House, or was it already closed by then?
He started at the Laugh
Started, yeah.
House. I did a little bit. They would make me. At that point, there was like the Raven Lounge and shit. So like there was other like
Right.
kind of more mainstream rooms. Like there wasn't just Helium or that. You could get up. But Chris Cotton, rest in peace, our good buddy.
Chris Cotton's great.
He would force me. Because I was only doing the
Yeah.
the white rooms, the mainstream rooms. He was like, "You gotta come," and he would force me on stage at the Laugh House, and I mean, I would die sometimes miserable, or you
Right.
would murder,
Yeah.
and it would be the greatest. You'd feel like
Right.
you'd be like, I'm the new king here.
Yeah.
Or you died a miserable,
I took some
miserable
losses
death.
there too, but there was certain honesty in that room.
Oh,
there was
why
real
not?
honesty in terms of like getting your craft together. Whereas I have respect for the guys who worked at that Northeast Comedy Cabaret. I know a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of them.
still that was still kicking.
Friends a lot with a lot of them, but I don't know if you got the same responses
No.
because the crowds, I don't think were during the week when we would, we weren't getting on. I wasn't getting on stage on the weekends
Yeah.
really once in a while.
Sure.
But mostly during the week, you needed a good read on your jokes, and the Laugh House really provided that.
Yeah.
It was an undeniable education,
Yes.
and it was, it was tough, and there was like a family. Like the night that I got past there, like was able to start hosting there.
Right.
I'd been, doing open mics with Wid and like little produced shows.
Wid.
Wid.
Shout out to Wid.
Oh,
Shout out to Wid.
Fucking Wid.
Yeah, if it
Wid
wasn't
was
for
the
the icy
greatest.
roads, this place would be packed.
Okay, it's talent night. All right, you seen him on the BET.
If you were bombing, all right, that's it,
Dude, he would have a stack of He wouldn't use the light. He would use a stack of papers, and when people were bombing, he would just go, all right, and just walk up and get them off stage.
But Miss Mona threw me out of the showroom
Right.
the same night that she passed me to host there because Mr. Rod said I could go in, and I feels like it was almost like not like a hazing thing, but like like
Right.
a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ask her or whatever, and I'm standing there in the back, and I'm fucking shitting in my pants. She walks up, she's like, "Who are you?" Blah blah blah, lays into me, and then brings me out there, and I kind of stood up for myself. She's like, "All right, we'll see you Thursday night or something like that."
Ah,
and,
nice.
and gave me the job. Yeah,
Nice.
5 years I worked there. Me, Cassidy, Richie Redding. It was unbelievable.
Richie Redding was there when I was there.
Yeah.
He had started
He
after
used
me.
to fucking light, as a young comic, we'd
Right.
go in there and he would fucking light that place up. Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. Just a fucking cool,
Yeah.
sharp, funny white guy.
Right,
He was
right.
killing.
Right.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
place was
him
something
and
else.
Derek were. I remember those guys from there.
Really?
Yeah, Derek and Richie had started when I was about
So we
to
must have
leave.
just kind of missed you, I think. Maybe like it was in a couple
Yeah,
years.
with a couple years. Yeah,
Yeah.
because those guys had started when I was about to leave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do remember. Yeah. And Monroe, there's a good group from Philly.
Yeah, there's-
Real
I mean,
strong.
all the way
strong,
from
strong
you, like your
comics,
class,
yeah.
it's like Jay and you
Yeah.
and Kurt, and then
Yeah.
all the way down, like there's.
And the
tons of
weird thing
fucking
is, it
talent.
kind of doesn't matter like racially. It was racially mixed.
Yeah.
It was really mixed, but there was no weirdness in it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Well,
it
that
was
was-
it was very good that way.
We all did the same shows and
yeah.
the same shit.
Same
Yeah.
shows.
Same,
yeah.
same people didn't like us. The same people loved us.
Right.
And we, after the less and lesser clubs, we started doing our own thing, and we were all mixed in together,
Right.
just doing everything.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Look at this fucking talking shop here.
Great place to come up, though, man.
Yeah, it's such a brutally honest.
Yeah.
It's like you can get in front of a larger group of people, which is
Philly?
good. And it's
Trash.
but it's brutally honest. It's like
Right.
if you're not funny, you're gonna know real quick that
Right.
you're not fucking funny.
Right. But I love the beauty of that place. Just come back on Wednesday, sign up, and try again.
Yeah.
Alter it. Listen to the tape or whatever. There wasn't tape back then, but it's like work on your act, come back and try again. And at that point, when I went through a breakup, I was living on my own. I was like, I don't care if I fail. Like usually, I would be more sensitive to failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just didn't care. I was
Nothing
like,
to live for.
Nothing to live for.
Nothing to
Don't
lose,
care.
baby.
Nothing to lose.
Flying too
The
close
Mike
to the
Vecchione
sun.
story. I like it.
But I kind of operate better when it's like, all right, get yourself together and fucking just keep coming.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you
That's
guys.
that
but
wrestler in you. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
Well,
Well,
at the
I was
Kids
gonna
got
say
fighting
that.
them.
That's why if you got for the listener, if you're not familiar with Mike, most of you probably are. Maybe one of the best joke writers working today
Meticulous.
Oh, thank you.
nationally.
Thank
Definitely one of the best in the city.
Thank you.
It's insane. It's meticulous, and you hit it, and I think it's that wrestling. It's that blue collar. It's the mushroom canning. It's the fucking just work, go, work. It's phenomenal.
I've never heard somebody say we moved to Boca, but I wanted to go back to Youngstown,
I
Ohio.
wanted to go back to Youngstown.
Go back to the potato farm.
Big John Cougar Mellencamp fan. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to tell you why that because I was playing Pop Warner football. And, my parents during the summer.
He's good, baby.
Let me
He
tell you
transferred. He
something.
transferred Pop Warner. He redshirted 1 year.
They were sending scouts up. Like, I hear this kid Vecchione he's a hell of a nose tackle.
All the right moves. Great movie, by the way, with Tom Cruise. Anybody's ever seen it?
This is one of my favorite episodes of all time.
So I'm in Florida. I'm going to keep going with this.
Yeah, no,
I'm going
of
to get
course.
this out. This is the real reason. I couldn't believe it.
Nose tackle, right?
Nose tackle, but the practices weren't till 6 at night. 6 p.m. And they started in the summer. And you know how football, 2-a-day, all that stuff starts. So my parents didn't have the money to send me to a summer camp. So I went to this summer camp in the hood which was a really good summer camp, and they would take you for free if you didn't have the money, and we didn't have the money. So me and my sister went. My brother was a junior counselor at the summer camp that you had to pay to get into, so he got it for free. But me and my sister were put into this other summer camp, which there was nothing wrong with it, but they just didn't take many trips. Like the budget was because you didn't pay. So, but there was supervision, and my mother. We were too young to be left at home. I was like 10 or something. So left us in the summer camp, and it was just so hot all day. I didn't want to do any of the activities because I knew I was going to have practice at night.
Yeah, you don't want to exert yourself.
So yeah, and
He's sitting in the shade, carbo loaded.
Yeah, what 6-year-old worries about that? He's like,
really-
listen, I can't if I blow it all out in kickball, I'm never gonna be able to fucking do.
You got
up
no
and downs.
creatine here. What the fuck?
Didn't have the
Give
energy.
me a fucking protein bar or something.
Did not have the energy level. And I'll tell you what.
He's got the soul of like a 300-year-old man.
Really, I'm an old soul.
I love it. I fucking love it.
The summer camp was a great summer. It was a great summer camp because it was called Florence Fuller Summer Camp.
This is why I want to know. He's
Florence
such an
Fuller
old
summer
soul,
camp.
and he's so thorough. There's no way he's garbage because he thinks about everything. He's got everything thought out, dotting his I's, crossing his T's.
Fantastic summer camp for financially strapped people. And I was put.
That's a long acronym.
I was put in that summer camp. But
See that in the brochure.
can I tell you guys something? For every day for lunch, they would give us dark meat chicken. It was chicken.
What?
Yeah, it was dark meat chicken legs wrapped in tinfoil and watermelon.
Were they fried?
That's what they were serviced. No, baked.
Was it
But
a
they-
Polish after school camp with the fried chicken and watermelon?
It was baked, a dark meat chicken wrapped in tinfoil and watermelon.
That's probably awesome.
And I did not. No, to this day I cannot eat. I do not
Really?
like dark meat chicken.
I'm not a
and I
dark
do not
meat
like
guy.
watermelon because of the way it was wrapped in tinfoil. It was kind of like sweaty when you would eat it.
My skin's crawling
Yeah, I
thinking
didn't
of
like it at all, and I still can't eat it to this day.
I would have crushed that.
But overall, a fantastic summer camp. But I just didn't have the energy to go. And not to mention the fact when you play Pop Warner, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I was going to school different from where I was playing football. So it's like you don't get any of the school spirit. You don't get any of the girls noticing that you're playing football. Like none of that. It's all separated. So nobody in school
you can't
knows
go back
what you're
and
doing.
talk about the blocks you had and
Nothing. No one cares.
You see that crackback on 62?
So when I moved to Ohio, the football was attached to the school. It was Canfield where my mother went to school.
You wanted an
and
identity.
my uncles. And I went to school, and it's like practices right after school. There's no 6 o'clock practice.
Yeah.
It's like everybody was like friends in school. You would go play football together. It's like, wow, this is.
life.
I was loving it.
Friday
8th
Night
grade
Lights.
was one of my best years.
That makes sense. I would want to. I have total sense.
Yeah.
I would want to do the same.
You need to say.
8th grade was one of my best years.
8th grade, I'd say my single best year. 8th grade. 8th grade.
Oh my god!
I had a good senior year too, but 8th grade, man.
Senior year was the best. Forget about it.
Some people hated their high school experience. they
what the
absolutely
fuck?
hated it, and I loved it. I love my high school.
I love mine. I didn't have. We were like the partiers. Like we partied about. Like you were like the sports. I didn't give a fuck
Right.
about. We would just like party. We're like, oh, you see a movie and like they're partying in high school. I'm like, that's what I want to do.
Right.
So like I loved it. I had a blast. But
With everything you're saying, I recognize it, and I'm grateful, and I know how lucky I was the environment that I was able to grow up in, and the coaches that I had were fucking literally. I mean, I couldn't have been more lucky. So yeah, I fucking loved it.
Me
But
too.
I know
Can I-
people had shitty experiences.
On
in high
that
school,
note, I'm
which
grateful.
sucks.
I'm grateful for the coaches I had, the teachers, and the people that I went to school with in both places were unbelievable. Like it was really in both places very, very good. And that makes
What are we doing here?
that
Let's
makes
fucking go. God damn it.
all
I am
the difference in
fucking
the
fired
world,
up.
man.
all right, I'll be steady QB. 1-on-1, I'm steady
Red
Q.
19.
Fuck, I would love for Vecchione to lay you out across the middle. Fucking take your head off.
Full pads, full gear. Yo, you'd love it. I'd take a good hit, too. I remember getting a fucking nice concussion in fucking college, and the way we fell into each other, the defensive coach thought I hit the kid hard. I didn't know my fucking name. I just fell into it. The big guy could take a hit. That would be awesome.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to tell you about our new sponsor, Cushy Dreams, baby. Cushy Dreams has high-quality CBD bud, and I, for one, am a big fan of CBD. I started taking it about a year ago to take the edge off. You know what I mean? Really calms me down, which I like. And I didn't even know you could smoke it until Cushy Dreams came along. It's fantastic. I smoke a little bit after a long day of podcasting with the big man to help take the edge off because it gets on my nerves. I go home, I fill up a nice bath because I draw a mean bath. You know that about me. I light up some fucking CBD bud from Cushy Dreams, and I just let the day melt away. And here's what's great about Cushy Dreams. It's grown in the U.S. of A, baby. Homegrown, 100% hand-trimmed, never machine-trimmed. Get it out of here. Cushy Dreams takes an artisan approach. Every run is a small batch. It has independent lab testing, compliance, and purity. Each batch is slow cured to preserve flavor in the cannabinoids. Good night. Cushy Dreams cannabis comes in both cans and pre-rolls, so they do the work for you. If you're a pothead, so when you open up one of these cans, you'll instantly realize that it's high-quality bud. It's high-quality stuff we're talking about here. And plus, Cushy Dreams ships legally to 50 states and is CBD cannabis that isn't going to get you high. Because I don't smoke weed anymore, but I like taking this stuff to take the edge off. It's easy peasy. So if you go to cushydreams.com and use promo code GARBAGE, you're going to get 20% off. So do it. Now back to the show.
All right.
Let's get into it.
All
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ. I love an episode though. We're 38 minutes in. We haven't even fucking started grilling this guy yet.
Now, there's no way that he's going to be garbage.
There's no way.
But I would like to
Class
delve
act.
into the
All right.
to the meticulousness
Yeah.
that is.
Let's
my friend.
look at it this way. Let's find the level of class.
Yes.
Let's find the level of
Yes.
class.
All right.
This is one that I had for you, but knowing, hardcore Italian,
Yes.
I didn't know your family used to, you lost out to big ragu, big ragu came in.
Yeah, we lost.
What jar what jar pasta sauce will you buy today? You might make it, whatever, but if
Yeah.
you have to buy a jar,
Right,
if you're
I
hemmed
had
up,
to-
Wait, hold on. Would you ever? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
would?
Yeah, because I'm not a big first of all, I don't eat. I'm not eating pasta anymore.
yeah.
But if I did back when I was eating it, I would do 4 cheeses was one I would buy.
From Classico.
Yeah, Classico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
a
then the
tight-
other one was Rayo's. Because I
Right.
got to eat at Rayo's before.
Hold on. Rayo's is like $15. Is it worth it?
It's a pricey
yeah.
jar.
Yeah, it's good.
You think it's worth it?
It's-
Really?
And he's
good,
the
yeah, it's
Vecchione stamp of approval.
It's very good.
He's from a
I mean-
sauce family.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $15
I
for
can't
a
bring
reason.
myself
How'd you get
to
a
buy
table
it.
at Rayo's? Who'd you go with?
Mike DiStefano. I could mix him with Chris, but
Yeah,
Mike, Mike was a great comic. Do you guys
course.
remember
I
him?
watched
Yeah.
his the documentary that the Cringe guys or the
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
That
But he was
Italian
really,
style.
we were close friends, and he called me up. I was at the gym, I remember, and he was like, I want to know if you want to go. We got an extra seat. I'm like, okay, dude, this is, Mike, I'm going to tell you this right now. I said, listen, why don't you think about it for 15 minutes? Maybe there's somebody who can.
That's even more
I
class.
actually did.
I
I said
know.
maybe somebody could help you in the bit. Like, call Colin.
Yeah,
Quinn,
call someone who
call
wants-
Colin and
yeah.
ask him. It's like somebody who, who you're friends with. We're all cool with, but like somebody who can
Would
actually
appreciate it
help,
more.
would
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it
yeah,
and
of
help
course.
you. Because
You're not.
I'm at the
I'll
same
take
level,
it to Pizza Hut next
That's
week.
a fucking classy move right there.
But he took me, and it was fucking fantastic.
For the folks
man.
out there that don't know, Rayo's is this ultimate exclusive Italian restaurant that there's like 5-6 tables.
Right.
And I mean,
all
and it's
controlled by mob captains.
Yeah.
yeah.
And in the heyday, it's Madonna's over here, this one's over there, De Niro's over there, and to go to that restaurant is fucking
Damn near impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike DiStefano. look at
Mikey
him.
D.
Some
Mikey
fucking
D was
pull.
the man. So he was
Pull, baby.
he was the man. One of the guys from his neighborhood had a table there, so and so we all sat there and ate, and it was fantastic.
I don't think I've ever heard the pass it off to go ask someone else. That's a fucking home run
yeah.
move.
If you asked me to go to Popeyes right now, I'd be like, fucking, let's rock and roll.
No, because I know how
I
valuable.
know,
that
but
seat
still,
is,
that's
you
like
know?
you're thoughtful. That's
Yeah.
you're very thought. That's
Yeah.
thought out. A bunch of
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't want
nowadays-
him to not think about it and be like, you know.
That's a fucking class act move.
Yeah, nowadays comics would be slitting each other's throats.
Dude, I would
to get on the list
I
for
would
frantic.
I would step over your dead body.
But for people who don't know, Rayo's closed on the weekends.
Is
It's
it?
closed on the weekends. Even before the pandemic, it was like closed on the weekends, only open during the week, and everybody except our table was fucking hammered. They were
Really?
hammered.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love it.
Classy
because we were
operation.
sitting with guys that other guys were coming over and giving respect to. Ooh. And they were like, everybody was.
He's a friend of ours.
Who was it, Paul Servino?
Everybody was hammered except for us.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be like sober.
Yeah, I want to be lucid, dude. I want to remember all of this.
Yeah.
Damn, I would drink just out of nervous energy. I'd have to be like,
I'd be scared they thought we were cops or something like that. Because we get that now.
Well,
we can't walk into a fucking bodega and ask for a pack of cigarettes.
Well, first of all, he dresses like the world's worst undercover cop. He's typically, this is good for him right now. This is good. He's typically in a fucking huge Hawaiian button-up that doesn't close.
It's so great.
Camo shorts, and he walks in. I walked in to buy a pack of cigarettes last week out front of here. We walked into 2 different bodegas, and I walked into the back to get a bottle of water, and he stayed up front, and he goes, "Hey, how you doing today, man?" Like, he's making small talk with the guy, and I'm like, what? This is just you come in with a weird vibe, dude. So then I get the water, I go in a pack of Marlboro Lights, and he goes, no, we don't do that here.
Any trucks from Florida coming up today?
He refused to sell me cigarettes at a bodega, and we walked into another one, and I said, stop, you're acting weird. Don't do it. Walked in and asked the guy, hey, how you doing before? He refused to sell me cigarettes, so I said, you got to walk around the block or something. You're fucking cock blocking me, dude. He goes in with like, you go in with mayor fucking vibes and people get, this is New York, this ain't fucking Bluebell or wherever the fuck you came from.
Kevin's not a big fan of mine.
I'm a big fan of yours in small increments.
This is more of a work relationship.
Not when he's not smoking.
Yeah.
That's
When he's
true.
not smoking,
Exactly.
he
I'm trying to get my
antsy.
fix, dude, and you're over here fucking blocking me.
I'm surprised you would even entertain the idea of a jarred pasta sauce, to be honest with you. You do cook, right?
I do cook, but like I eat different now. I don't eat pasta
gotcha.
at all. So, but I
imagine
when I did eat, I was big on. I wasn't all make it from scratch. I didn't have time
Okay.
for
But
that,
yeah, of
so
course, it's
I just
also
make it
that's a
from-
whole process.
a
Unless
whole
you're making for a
process,
bunch of
yeah.
people or a
Yeah.
lot, it's
My
too
mother
much.
does that, and when I go
She
home,
probably throws
and
down.
she throws down, man. She really fucking does. I really appreciate it now. But last time I was home, I was eating this way, which is clean. I had the option for pasta, but I was like, no, you know what? Let's just go sausage and peppers, which is delicious also because we took the provolone and wrapped it in the provolone.
Oh, buddy, I never even thought of that.
Sausage and peppers with the olive oil, it soaks in olive oil.
When mom does it right, man.
Oh, man. It's a key.
Out of the park.
It's a killer.
I imagine the apartment is meticulously spotless.
No.
Really?
My apartment is not.
Really?
No, because me and Dan live together, me and Soder.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's really the best. And we just have a bunch of stuff that's accumulated from over the years, shows and whatever, and just stuff that. So there's a table. My girlfriend actually comments about it. It's like anytime I'm like, "Hey, can you put your stuff over here?" And she's like, "What? A whole table full of?"
Yeah, like
Can we just add it to the table? So we have a table of both of our shit on it, and but it's neat, but we've accumulated a lot.
I
We
gotcha.
really have to go through everything. Yeah.
Make your bed every morning?
Yes.
Fucking
Yeah,
do that
I have
one.
to.
like
Called
fucking-
that.
That's Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you guys know that.
Really?
That's Jordan Peterson. That's make your bed. I mean, I made my bed
I mean,
anyway.
the admiral or whoever it was that made the commencement speech?
No, that's the
No.
guy he's been on Rogan a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
psychologist who's like the 12 rule. He has that book 12 Rules for Life.
Mm-hmm.
He's controversial for some reason.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
the
know.
Canadian guy that made
Yeah.
he was a Canadian professor and got in some
Said he
some hot
wouldn't say
water.
the gender pronouns.
Yeah,
he refused
yes.
to say them. But his book is great, and he.
Do you refuse to say gender pronouns, Mike?
I will call you guys both Z and Zer. Yes, Zer.
That's ridiculous.
But he's fantastic, and I'm a big fan. I was reading his book, and his book is all about that. About you don't have that much. It's like just
Take
straighten
care
it up,
of it.
take it up, make
it's
it nice.
It's one of those things
you know?
you've accomplished something before you've even left
Right.
the room. It's the same with the cold shower. They
Yeah.
say if you do a cold shower in the morning, you've accomplished the
momentum.
hardest thing that you're probably going to have to face is that
Fantastic.
3-minute cold shower.
It's all momentum too. It's like even if you get up to pee, like charge my phone because I don't like to charge it overnight because it wrecks the battery. So I'll charge it. I'll charge the phone, go pee, come back. I'll wake up. And the phone is already charging. It's like we already have one thing done.
Go.
We got momentum going into the day.
Get the ball rolling down the hill.
That's it.
Cold showers are great if you're crashing really hard, too. Get fucking...
Jolt.
Yeah, it gives you a nice little jolt. If you were so inclined to partake in such activities.
This is going to be a long shot, but have you ever owned any inflatable furniture, Mike?
Inflatable furniture.
A
Have I
chair,
owned
a
it?
couch.
I don't own that much. First of all, let me just say that I really am.
This guy
I don't-
sleeps with a go bag in case shit hits the fan. He's got a couple of passports, a roll of fucking $5,000.
I got a friend in Florida. He went to West Point, and I grew up with him. And he's great. He's a great guy. Went to West Point, and he's a Corps of Engineers guy. He's super. Like, he's a great dude. He lives in Miami as a house, and his house is the house. He's Cuban, and his immigrant grandmother and grandfather came in. They had 16 kids in the house. He owns the house now. It's just him, and it's just he keeps it simple on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the money to do whatever. He doesn't like that. He keeps it simple on. He doesn't have a flat screen. He has a regular TV. He does that purposefully, and I love that.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Keep
love
it easy. Keep
it
it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple. So
guy is
inflatable
tight.
furniture, I would have to go no.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you this: you're pouring something down. You have a garbage disposal?
No.
Okay, perfect. All right, so if you're washing dishes or whatever, and a little bit of food collects in the thing,
Right.
Will you let the water run and use your finger to smush it down, or will you scoop it out and throw it away properly?
I don't scoop it out. We have one of those drains that catches it, and I'll take it, and then I'll
Bang it out.
bang it out in the garbage, and then put it back.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just
Very
got
good.
one. I just moved places, and I finally got one of those things.
That's a
I
classy
feel like a
move.
fucking Rockefeller with it.
I do the finger and smush everything down.
We knew.
Okay.
We could tell.
I also pour bacon grease down that thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know,
Doesn't that fuck up your drain?
yeah, it's for like the whole building. Everybody below you. You're
Maybe
clogging up their whole
Maybe
shit.
for the next guy, I just moved out. Tough break, sucker. You ain't getting a deposit either.
Do you eat bacon on your current diet?
Yes.
What do you do with the bacon grease? In a New York City apartment, it's tough. What do you do with it?
I'll pour it in an empty can or a jar or something, and then throw it out separately.
Will you throw it out immediately, or will you let it build up for a couple of days or a week?
In the
I
freezer
might
or
let it.
something.
I might let it sit there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might let it. I'm not gonna throw it away right away
Okay.
because if I make it something again, I might need to.
Of course.
Would you ever use that grease to cook?
I thought about it, but I've never done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Have you ever owned a Sopranos or Goodfellas poster? I think that might be a yes.
No,
Yeah.
because I have in my room. I got to obviously redecorate. I got a lot of problems in there, but
I can see
have
you rolling around Philly in fucking the early 2000s. Baggy jeans, a royal blue button
A pair
down,
of carpenter jeans or
royal
something?
blue button down, a t-shirt, and a fucking leather jacket.
Yeah.
With that exact haircut. Fucking
This was a popular
smacking
haircut.
guys around.
This was a popular haircut in South Philly.
So
in the,
perfect.
in the early
It's perfect.
2000s.
That is the South Philly. What are
That's
you
the South
talking
Philly
about?
look.
South
yeah.
Philly special.
I have a Tony and Tina's poster.
Okay. Well, that's
Okay.
yeah,
Are you on it? Are you?
That's work.
Is it
That's
you?
just work.
Is it you in the? Are
No.
you? Oh, that
It's
would
a-
be
it's an-
awesome.
another-
You're like
another
giving her like a dip.
Tony and Tina's poster. I have a Michael Corleone in Sicily.
Okay.
I have a,
It's
In Sicily, he's got a fucking.
He's in Sicily. It's not
Abalone!
That's exactly that. Yeah, it's right.
Oh,
Right.
that's pretty trash.
He's sitting at the. It's the scene where he's sitting at the table before before he asks the father before he tells the father his true intentions.
Oh, okay. What do you mean when they're sitting in front?
When they're sitting in front and the father gets offended and goes in the back.
Oh,
yeah,
So
great.
it's from that scene, and so that, and then I have Raging Bull, which De Niro is just like with his fists up like this.
Poster of John F. Kennedy to Pope.
Then I got Jimmy Hoffa's ashes,
Picture of Dennis Franz in the bathroom. Sipowicz.
Corleone,
Sipowicz.
Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta, and then Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Wait, are these all in your apartment right now?
All right now, as we speak.
That's pretty
Unfortunately, my friend, we're gonna have to put that in the file. Are they framed?
Yes.
That's even worse. What the?
I don't
They're
know.
framed. They are framed. I got them framed.
I think frame's a little better. maybe.
Scotch tape, like half ripped.
Yeah, if it's like
my
thumbtacks that's
my
ripped out.
Blues
a couple-
Brothers poster in college.
Yeah. At least they're
man.
framed, but yeah, Italians love Italians, man. They do. You guys just love each other.
I know. But now I look at it and I go, this whole thing is hacky.
Yeah,
It's pretty hacky. But I like him I like the calm coolness of Corleone. The
Well, that's different because it's a shot of
It's a cinematic shot.
It's a cinematic shot of a world famous movie. That's
Right.
understandable. Is it the cover
But it's
of De Niro?
It's a movie that's I guess, but it's such a common movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when somebody says something that's hack. It's like it's just even if it's like it's just such a good it's such a thing that's
course.
well known.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying The Godfather is an unbelievable movie,
Yeah.
all of the series, but it's like kind of hacky, like an Italian guy, De Niro,
Sure.
Pacino, the Pope.
Well, the Ed Norton's a
Sinatra.
little different. So yeah, that's a curveball. You said you have.
Well, it's Brad Pitt with his shirt
Brad
off.
Pitt, yeah.
When in the basement of Fight Club.
But again, early
chubbing up.
2000s,
Yeah.
that was all class right there.
Yeah.
People would think you were rich. Like, holy shit. Do you own
I
it?
love that movie, by the way.
What, Fight Club? Oh, it's
Sure.
fantastic.
I fucking love it,
Fantastic.
man. And not for the reasons that most people like not for the fighting or any of that.
Big
but for
soap
the-
guy?
I'm a big for the.
Come on. That's a deep cut.
That's
Come on.
pretty. That's
That
pretty
was.
solid. It almost slipped by me. I was like,
I know, and you of all people, I thought you were going to snag that. Him, he didn't. I went right over his
I know
fucking
exactly what you're talking about. I make and I sell soap.
I'm making myself so. But it's this. It's the psychology of the underlying psychology. of
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
And Meatloaf was great in it.
Meatloaf was
He
fucking
was
First concert I've ever
phenomenal.
seen. Shout out to Meatloaf. Bat Out of Hell tour.
Bat Out of Hell, forget about
I don't
it.
know why my mom took me to that, but I loved it.
That played at every fucking summer party. That played fucking for hours. While my parents and their friends were all getting all juiced up, doing God knows what to God knows who. When I
doing
went to
anything
bed.
for love.
That's why he gets the big bucks. Hey, cut
Printed
it,
as a
print
clip.
it.
Printed as a clip.
Oh, man.
That is a hot one. Do you have any DVDs now? Do you have any DVDs?
Oh, we have
in
a
your-
whole.
And so can you see them when you walk? They're like displayed?
Yeah.
Do you use them? Are you guys watching?
Oh, that's
DVDs?
Dan's. That's Dan's thing. I don't want to
Okay.
blow up his spot.
Okay. Well,
But,
he's trash. We had him
yeah.
on. So
Oh, okay. He's
pure trash.
Yes.
I'd be upset if he didn't own
Yeah.
DVDs.
He has them, and I have them like in boxes, but I don't have. He has them displayed.
That's another level
Yeah.
thing where you go, look how much money I got or whatever.
Yeah.
Look how cool
and then
I
he
am.
puts his pro wrestling dolls on top of it.
We just talked about that as well with him.
You ever see Friday? I got it right here. You want to check it out?
1-2 entry?
But Dan, I know you said he's trash, but he's a specific brand of like Western Colorado.
Sure, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, He
yeah.
has that flavor to him.
He was very, very 90s trash. He was a
Yes.
very like product of the not like 90s kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take the roommate situation. See if we can exploit that a little bit. We might be onto something here with the fucking. Posters.
Oh, and I have a picture of Jesus. I have a picture of
Because you're a
Jesus
good
Christ,
fucking kid, Mike. That's why.
with the Sacred Heart that my mother gave me. And then there's another picture of Jesus, and I have a joke about this, but inside the picture of Jesus with just a prayer.
Ooh, that's frightening.
So it's like two
It's
pictures.
a little ominous.
yeah. Worry about hell much, Mike? Do you?
My joke is if
This
Jesus,
guy's fucking wound a little too tight.
if Jesus was on Facebook, it's like his profile
His-
picture and his resurrection background photo.
That's Jesus' cover photo.
Yeah.
Are there any TV trays in this apartment?
You know what? I do have a TV tray. It's a wooden one though. It's not the cheap,
Not the cheap
plastic
plastic.
one. It is wooden.
Do you use it?
I'll use it to shoot like videos if I'm keeping
Oh,
something
okay,
on it,
that's
but I won't
fine.
use it to eat.
Where,
Okay.
where are you eating most of your meals when you're home alone?
A bathtub?
Kitchen.
And at the kitchen table?
There's a kitchen. We have a desk that is as high, so I'll eat the meals there.
So you're not sitting there watching TV like a dirtbag with the TV tray and a bottle of hot sauce on
No.
it. You're eating it in the kitchen.
eating in the kitchen.
Are you watching TV while you're eating?
I'll watch the computer. I can't
Okay.
lie.
Okay,
I will
yeah,
watch
that's
the
fine.
computer.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Still, wow,
2020.
that's fucking discipline right there. I would eat in my bed if fucking I was by myself.
All right, this has been a hot button issue. Well, they got two hot button issues. I want to know this being in a roommate situation. Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask if we were Proud Boys.
You got the haircut.
We are both Proud Boys, but we are not in the organization
Yes.
Proud Boys.
Excellent.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
Brush your teeth in the shower.
No.
No, right? It's disgusting.
I just never thought of it. I never thought of doing that. Like,
Would you today go home and try it out tonight?
No, I won't do it.
That's gross for you.
It's not gross. It's just I never learned those routines, and I don't see a reason to. I'll shift routines if I see benefit in it.
Sure.
But
people
just
say it
because you
saves
guys are
money.
telling me to do it doesn't mean I'm gonna. You know, you have to
Man,
give me
that's
some
a great
reason.
fucking answer. I've never learned those routines.
Well, that goes back to it. It's under. You're not supposed to be brushing your teeth in the shower because I've never seen a toothbrush commercial or a toothpaste commercial where they're in the shower brushing their teeth. They're always at the sink like a fucking gentleman.
Well, I'm making it now. I'll tell you that. Yeah, why
Be
don't they
new
fucking
content
have that?
Because you're not supposed to brush your teeth in the shower. It's disgusting.
I don't know.
We'll talk about this
The
after Mike
FDA's
leaves.
a sham. The FDA's a sham.
It's the ADA, Associated Dentists of America.
4 out of 5 say that you can
Brush your teeth in there.
brush your
4 out of 5 say it's
4 out of 5
Man,
dentists.
this guy's got punchlines.
But it's like, how do you masturbate then?
That's
It's
what
like,
I'm
I got to brush first.
I know. Maybe use a electric toothbrush.
That goes down in the shower? That's acceptable? Is that where you do your business?
Masturbation?
Yes.
No.
Not in the shower.
Not anymore. I mean, when I was really young, maybe, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
When there was nowhere else. You live in
I'm
a
big into
crowded
wet
house.
work myself.
Really?
Still, to
Really?
this day.
Still?
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, to that, I stopped watching porn.
Yeah, you're in a healthy relationship that typically it slows it down. Or was it a choice?
It was a choice.
Wow, too
You were
much.
like, that's it, I'm done?
I think it's bad. I don't. They've done studies, but I think it's bad for you.
You
think
fly
so.
too close to the sun a
course.
little bit.
Yeah, it does something to your endorphins where
course.
it activates your pleasure cells too much, and it's not good.
I agree.
I don't know. And I've it's not a moral judgment on people who do porn or people who watch
Plus, you
porn.
got Jesus watching
just,
you.
yeah,
It's a little
Je-
tough.
He's watching no
Peeky,
matter what.
peeky.
Think you want to take a walk or something, huh?
But I
Go
just-
get the
Hey,
paper.
Jesus, go look at the car, will you?
Yeah, but I find it to be it's too stimulating.
No, I totally agree. Especially when you're like looking and you're looking and you're looking and you're
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing? If I
Yeah.
had one of these when I was 12, I would have,
Right.
like, now I'm going through 9,000 videos.
Yeah, I think Patrice had a joke about that where it's like you need more and more depraved things to get
Yeah,
off.
of course.
as
Oh,
it
yeah,
goes.
yeah, yeah.
And that's I don't know the science behind it really, but that's just not a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign of addiction.
For
you know?
sure, for sure.
Yeah, my endorphin system is all fucked up. All
Really? You seem like you got a good head on your
Oh,
shoulders.
man. Getting into some weird shit.
All right, let's see here. And also, if you go out to a restaurant, and I know you the diet or whatever, but pre-diet, if you went out to a restaurant,
Right.
Hold on. If you're going where you're going with this has been
devastating.
Civil War splitting on social media. People are fucking going crazy about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I am confident, and I know you're classy, that you're gonna do the right thing and answer the right way. Go ahead, Kevin. I'm sorry.
You're out to dinner.
Yeah.
Will you, and there's leftover food, will you do a doggy bag and take home the leftover food?
Yeah, I will.
And first of all, I object to the way you the way you
Was
said
that a leading
doggy
question?
bag. 100%.
They're called doggy bags.
Get your ex-girlfriend on the phone right now. Find out that was fucking a leading question.
Why?
It's leftovers. It's not a doggy bag.
It's trash, is what it is. If we're cutting if we're splitting hairs here,
Can you believe this? Do you believe he doesn't believe in leftovers?
You don't believe in taking leftovers? I just
No.
think I'm not a big waste guy.
Sure,
So I
I
have to
finish
take
my
stuff.
meal at the thing. I very
I'm also-
rarely have food left over.
I can't force. I grew up with eat everything on your plate,
Mm-hmm.
and since I've learned that that's wrong. That's the wrong way to be.
Yeah.
So if there's food left over, for me there rarely was, but I would take it home.
Sure.
Just because I'm against wasting it.
Sure.
Now, do you have it that night? Later on in the
Probably.
evening?
Yeah, I would have.
Nice.
I
Would you
would
put it
have
in the
had-
fridge, or would you let it sit out so it keeps like its natural freshness?
Natural freshness.
You know what I mean? Like
The natural bacteria.
Well, you know what?
the
If you-
airborne stuff.
the COVID. Does this have COVID on it? I would let it sit out, but I always when you let it sit out, it's almost like you're admitting to yourself that you're a
going
pig and that
after
you're
it.
going to
Yeah,
eat it
yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
and
a foregone conclusion.
Also, like,
if you
we
put it
live in
in
a
the
world
fri-
where he has leftovers. What are we talking about? You
put it-
haven't had a leftover since 92.
That's not true. What do you mean? I was at Tony D's last week. I fucking brought him a whole bunch of mussels and stuff.
Ordering an additional entree to go is not take home.
Cut the commercial.
Prank call him.
But leaving it out, when you put it in the fridge, you're like, okay, I'm going to delude myself into thinking that I'll eat it tomorrow. And then you go to the fridge and
See, I don't even skip that because
Yeah.
it's better if you just leave it out and then around 11 o'clock you fucking throw that in the microwave
Yeah,
for
you
a
don't have to
couple
get
or-
it warm. You don't have to go from cold to warm.
Just like you were right at the restaurant, Mikey. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but fasting is like, it's unbelievable.
I've tried.
It's
I've
unbelievable
tried
the way
it
that
and
I
it never
feel, man.
clicked. I lost a bunch of weight I lost like 55 pounds doing no sugar, no grains back
Right.
in the day. I was able to keep most of it off. And then I tried intermittent fast. I just can't. It just doesn't click for me. It's not.
Yeah, but just discipline yourself. Be like, 6 o'clock, I'm going to eat one last time, and then I'm not eating. I don't give a fuck what happens.
Yeah.
You got to boss yourself and be like, I'm not fucking eating after
You
this.
got that discipline.
I
And
know,
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
have
what,
it.
I
Fucking as
can't-
hard as a nail, this
I
guy.
can't fucking believe it, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe what
You look
effect
great. You're
it's
glowing.
had on my energy level.
Yeah.
Like I'm sharing it with anybody who will listen to me.
I might have to take you up on
Oh,
it.
man.
I would love to see Mike tune somebody up from like across the street. I bet you'd be nice. I bet he does this after he knocks him out. Like he fixes his
he
jacket.
shoots his cuffs real quick. Hey, Mikey, shoot the cuffs on his jerk off.
I'm not that guy at all. I'm a very
Yeah, you're very calm.
I'm a common loving guy.
Yeah, you are. You're a sweetheart.
I bet you throw a good gut punch now, huh?
It's that one where this hand goes up. Ah! Ah!
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Ah! Give me your fucking leftovers.
Yeah, the leftovers. There was then like the Barstool guys who were friends with KFC and Feidelberg. They all picked it up, and it's been like an ongoing war now. And I just want to put.
But if you take leftovers, you're trash. That's a trashy thing to do.
I don't think you're trash. It's a trashy thing to do. One, because here's my points of view, and people say it's so good. I'm not saying it's not good.
KFC, Feidelberg, and him say no.
I like hot dogs in the microwave. Just because I like it doesn't mean it's not trash. It is a trash thing to do because I think
why.
If you didn't take it home, it's literal trash. It's going in the garbage. There's no other use for it.
Right.
And it's like
even if you didn't finish it,
they're called doggy bags. It started first of all, it started in depression to take food home to your dog. That's literally how it started. I've done some research. Your Honor, you trash.
I'm taking it home for my emotional support animal.
If you take it home, dude, if it's a thing you can take home for you or your dog, it's not a classy thing to do.
That's a decent point. But I look at it from a waste standpoint.
Sure, and I understand.
I don't give a fuck if it becomes illegal. I'm fucking still doing it. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, buddy, you're no fucking. You're no.
There's
Kennedy.
no way I'm leaving a fucking half a plate of carbonara fucking for some busboy to get his.
Dude, I was never a big carbonara guy. My wife turned me onto it. She's German, so it's all the Italians in Germany, and like so their pizza places are all like actual.
It's like a
Italians.
bacon, egg, and cheese, but with pasta.
Oh man, it's got the egg, it's got the fucking good night.
I thought you were talking about the true TV show Carbonara. He's a magician with pasta.
The things he does, I'll tell you that.
Is this your meatball?
Big Nathan to you guy. I like it. That's good. All right, here.
I think I only got one or two more, maybe. I think he's pretty bulletproof. You're going to find maybe one or two things, but I mean, what are we doing? This guy's fucking,
Here's one. When you're eating, okay, are you a bite and sip guy, or are you eat the meal, have your drink? Where do you stand on that?
I got to say that
I only drink black coffee.
black coffee, herbal teas.
I don't drink when I eat.
Turn the lights off.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but here's what I will say. And I'm trying to work on this. I eat fucking fast. I eat really fast, and I don't drink water until like after I'm trying to be.
That's that steel country.
I'm trying to be more of a conscious eater.
Yeah.
Like take a bite. You know how they teach you in fat
like
camp
25 times or something. They say
they teach it at fat camp. It's like
What, did you go to fat camp?
No, my father was a real heavy set guy, and they taught him different strides, like eat with your non-dominant hand.
To
like all
slow
that
it
shit,
down a little bit.
Chew 25 times, take a sip of water, put the utensils down and sit there for a second and just be at peace with it. Like really taste the food.
You have to appreciate it as well.
Appreciate the food, taste the food, swallow the food, sit there for a second, let it hit your stomach. Like I would just eat like and it comes from conditioning of being in a family where my mother would put the food down and we'd eat like fucking animals. After we prayed. Shout out to Jesus.
Amen. I'm. You're hitting a lot of bullets with me. That's exactly what I.
We got to get you on fucking. We got to get you on intermittent fasting, or at least fucking something.
Dude, you could definitely if you wrestled, you could definitely do it.
Or the name of that camp where I can get my hands on that dark meat chicken. That's what I'm talking about.
After school program.
Let's go the other way.
Sir, how old are you? Fucking tackling kids.
You got any thighs? Wow.
All right, what's your current ringtone?
That's just the regular what came with the phone.
Class.
Sleep with a fan on you? Directly on you?
No.
How many pillows are you using, if any?
I'm using an orthopedic and then another one. So 2.
Are you snuggling the one, or is it between your legs?
Snuggling it.
Crazy, but not garbage.
No, I'm a snuggler, too. I got one. I call it my husband.
What's that all about?
Snuggle the pillow, but can't, apparently,
You think
my girl actually asked me to snuggle more. Like, I can't do it with, I can't, just the legit, it's not emotions, but the logistics of snuggling another person.
That and the heat.
Yeah.
My pillow doesn't give off radiant heat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's got to be something. I guarantee you people weren't doing that fucking 40, 50 years ago. There's no way fucking guys that fought in Normandy were snuggling a pillow at night. That's something with society.
How are they sleeping, though?
Probably on their backs, fucking straight up like this, the way I would imagine you.
With one eye open.
That's how my dad sleeps.
Yeah.
You standing up in front of a Foot Locker with me. That's what I'm picturing.
All right, Katie, you go to bed. I got watch. Like smoking.
Me and Katie sleep back to back.
He's got a thermos of coffee.
See, she sleeps like she's disturbed by everything, though. So if I would have this screen on my phone or something, and she would we got into numerous arguments about that at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like she can't sleep if there's any noise,
Any light,
any kind of
anything.
fucking
Yeah.
light, anything. And it's like me, I would go to sleep with like a full boxing match going on. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, it
just
doesn't matter,
watching
dude. I've fallen asleep at Eagles games before. Like it doesn't matter to me. I can go. Yeah. Dude, I remember the first time I went
You
to
get
my
enough of that ketamine in you, yeah. You fall asleep. I bet you did.
the first time I went to my now wife's house, she had blackout curtains and an eye mask, and I was like, "This girl is psycho."
Wow.
But she needs complete blackness, stillness, no lights. Same
know.
thing with the phone.
Right.
It's a fucking mess.
movement, any kind
yeah.
of movement. It's like a problem.
Do you collect anything? You have a samurai sword in your apartment.
Yes.
You do.
Uh,
Well, no, it's not mine.
Stands.
Dan's.
That guy
There's a
stinks.
series of
This guy's
samurai
sticking and
swords
moving on us.
and knives.
Have you ever gone to Myrtle Beach for vacation?
No.
You travel with a full-size pillow?
No.
Take your shoes off on an airplane?
No.
Will you take food onto an airplane?
Yes.
Really?
I used to do that. I don't do it now. I just fast.
Okay.
I'll just fast. But I would take, because I was doing keto and I couldn't eat the snacks or whatever.
Dietary restrictions is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
it's
take
true,
it because of
it's true.
dietary.
You're not bringing a fucking
I would get like
Baconator.
I would get the baconator and take the bread off, and I would take it on the plane and eat it.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
That's pretty
Yeah,
trashy.
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. That's tough. That smells. And,
But can I say something in my defense about
How do you
trash?
hold it? Are you eating it with a knife and a fork? What are
No,
you doing?
I would take it with my hand.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is going to speak to trash, but I would
this
even
guy's
take
a
it with my hand.
savage.
But I'm not.
Push
Can
the
I
next episode. We just found a well here.
Can I look into the camera and
This
defend
kid's ready
myself?
to. This
Defend
guy's
your-
ready to fucking start
Ladies
talking.
and gentlemen of Are You Garbage, Mr. Vecchione.
Turn the heat up a little bit.
I'm not trash. I'm a utility guy, though. Okay, if something works for me and I find benefit in it, then I will do it to that end. But I have to say that I'm not trash. But some of the things that might seem like trash because I find utility in them.
It's functional.
It's functional.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's going to benefit me overall, which is trying to rise to a higher level, which is the exact opposite of trash.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me make this statement.
There might be a couple United flight attendants that might say different. I'll tell you that right now.
We got Vecchione and 32B fucking scarfing down baconators again.
I actually am the Burger King. So.
Forget about it. That is
Forget about it.
pretty fucking
I think I got one more. How do you clean a public toilet seat? If you're going, you got to do a
Yeah.
number 2.
Right.
You're jammed up. I get it's not an ideal situation.
Right.
It's relatively clean. There's no like big
Okay.
markings or so or anything. What do you do?
Do you have a problem with doing a number 2 in public?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Functional. I'll take the toilet paper. I take a bunch of it. I'll wipe it down, and then that little crack in the middle there.
That's where they
I don't
get
want
you.
my penis. Not that
Yes.
it's huge, but I don't want it accidentally touching that.
100%.
You know? So I'll clean that last. I'll put it in the toilet, flush it because I don't know where that water's been. I need fresh water, and then I'll go.
I agree. You
And
know-
then I'll flush. I'll flush immediately or halfway through it if it's more of a long
Issue.
version
Yeah.
to respect the other people.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, but I take it an extra step, which I've been informed now is a trashy move. Is I will flush the toilet a couple of times, take all that toilet paper, give it a little dip in the toilet water, which I assume is clean
Wow.
because it's
No.
flushed,
No.
and then give it a wipe.
Yeah, but what about on the outside of the
Yeah,
bowl?
it's
No, I mean obviously if there's shit in the bowl, I'm not
I
gonna
know,
No,
but the
I mean,
water
it's a-
still the water comes in the side of the bowl, baby.
Right, you're not looking at the invisible germs that might be on the outside of the
that-
bowl
I'd
that would
stop
taint
doing
the
that.
water.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Please stop doing that.
Okay.
It's COVID, dude. We're in a pandemic. You're using
No,
What
even
are you
before
doing?
you're using shit water.
even before COVID, that seems
That's
crazy
insane
to
to
me.
me. He said this
thought it was-
before,
I
and
thought
I
it'd
let
be-
it slide because we were late in the episode and we were running out of minutes. But you gotta stop doing that. That's
Wow.
nuts.
I mean, how dirty is toilet water? It looks so cool and clean, doesn't it?
Dogs love it.
Crystal clear.
You know what's a second note? The middle section there, you know where your twig and berries go.
Yeah.
You can put a piece of toilet paper there, so even if there's no, you can hang it over.
Right.
So there's no
that's a
you
good
have
thought.
a different buffer in case you do. You're on your phone, whatever. You slip. You're not,
Right.
You're
Like
not
a
gonna get
little curtain.
little curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little buffer zone.
You wear a robe in the house.
No, robe.
I
I'm
think
not
I
a
would.
robe guy.
Yeah.
Shoes off in the house?
Shoes off. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a wife beater in public?
Yes. In Philly.
The way he said that.
In Philly, yeah. I do remember that. And now I had a short sleeve shirt over it, but I have to say, in full disclosure, I would take, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Would
I
you take it off sometimes and throw the T-shirt over your shoulder? Because that's a real garbage move.
No, because I
pop
would
into the bodega or something? Yeah.
I would, because I would keep the shirt. I would take the top shirt off and just wear the beater.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a tough one. When was the last time you wore jean shorts?
I can't remember.
Okay,
I
that's the
don't
answer.
have it. And
That's
it's
the
not for
answer.
any kind of.
Sure.
They just don't look good on me.
What'd you get in your SATs?
900.
It's all right.
No, it's not. What are you talking
That's
about?
What'd you get?
I got an
terrible.
870. It's terrible.
It's a terrible.
I thought by around 1,000 was okay.
No, 900 is pretty low.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, the scoring is different now.
Sure, yeah, but we're
even
going
when
off the standard 16 hundo. Got an 1140, smartest guy
You're
in the
fucking
room.
falling in love with this guy.
How about
He's got
Julian-
you wrapped around his finger.
How about Julian McCullough got like a almost a perfect score? That's
Really?
We were talking at the cellar one night, and he goes, "Yeah, well, I got like a 1580 or something." He got, he might have got a 16. He might have got a 1600.
Who else did really good that we've had on? I think Gillis. Gillis was pretty high.
Yeah.
Gillis was like a 1480.
You got into West Point. You believe that?
Yeah, West.
Wasn't
Point.
Amico
West Point.
really high?
What's that?
Wasn't Amico?
Zach Amico was
was
like a
ridiculously
1480
high.
as well.
Wow.
Like,
That I
up
can
there.
see.
Yeah.
Gillis, I was stunned.
1480 is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gillis got into West Point. I did.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You need like a
Played
congressional.
football. He went there to play football.
Played football, got into West. I know a couple guys like that. Greg Warren got into West Point.
Yeah, that's right.
The guy who beat me in the state tournament.
What was his name?
name's Harris Brummer.
Yeah, you'll never forget
Because he
that.
beat me good. He beat me twice and beat me pretty well.
Fucking Brummer.
He
Brummer, if you're watching this,
he went to Notre
It ain't
Dame.
over.
He went to Notre Dame on a scholarship, and then they shut their program down or something happened, and then he went to West Point.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a smart guy
I
and
know,
tough.
I know as hard as wrestling is in high school,
Yeah.
and it's state by state, Pennsylvania, Ohio. It's insane.
Really tough.
But the toughest of the tough would go to college, like a Division I college, and they would last maybe a fucking couple months.
Yes.
That's how crazy that was.
Yeah, Division I wrestling.
Doing
is brutal.
psycho shit.
Yeah, psycho.
Our high school was really, I never wrestled, but I went to Council Rock, and they were like notorious. They had them
my
all
God.
it was state champions every year. So
What year are you?
I graduated in 05. So there was one family that ran it. It was the Rappos. They ran it. There were 6 boys, and each one was like tougher than they all went to like North Carolina.
What'd the old
fucking
man
Penn.
do?
He was like he owned like a roofing and siding company or something.
I know the coach.
Sillen Perry?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah,
we used to
yeah,
hang
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we have a common.
used to hang out.
We have a common.
You're like like he's a little more
Yeah.
Italian than you.
Yeah,
he's
he
just
is.
he's him, but
and
just darker.
he was a super tough wrestler.
Yeah.
And to separate us, like whenever we talk about wrestling, I make sure people know who I was good in high school from where I was from, and then I went to college and I took my licks in college.
Yeah.
And the second year of college, I was like, but I was in there. I fought hard, but the second year of college, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, this is too much fucking work and
It's
taking
crazy.
beatings
Yeah.
from guys who are just like great. And so I make sure. But he was like a college. He was tough in
Yeah,
college.
was he? Yeah.
Yeah, Brad. And
Brad, that's
so I know Tony Fabry, who's a friend of mine, and those guys are both coaches. They
Yeah.
were close friends, and they still are because I do a benefit in Pennsylvania once in a while for my friend Rob Bigley, who has a program in the Avondale area.
Where's that? I don't know where that is.
And then Fabry coaches for Ridley.
Okay.
Now, and he also has a freestyle program. So I go do benefits for both of their programs whenever they ask me to. And those guys are great guys, man. And Council Rock is fucking tough.
Dude, they were. I mean, I didn't know anything about it, and just like every year, it was like, oh, state champion,
Yeah.
play second. And it was just like
They're
just
really
like,
tough.
I
But my
didn't
friend
know.
Rob Bigley has a program in Avondale that's really good also. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so I guess they're all competing.
Pennsylvania's like just
Yeah.
bred. It's
Just
like
tough.
it's like
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, like it's Pennsylvania, Ohio.
Yeah,
Just
and
like
these guys all
fucking
wrestled in
wrestling.
college, and they were all Americans and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're super tough.
Man, this guy's a fucking piece of steel over here.
I
Isn't he?
know.
Oh,
He's class. He's class. He's got a couple of garbage traits, but the guy's a fucking
Old-
class act over here.
Old school. I'll tell you, young kids out there, you take a page out of this fucking guy's book right
He's
here.
like a
Holy
tin knocker. This guy.
get off your phones! I'm that guy. Get off your phones! You ain't gonna find it on Snapchat, cuz. Get off your fucking phones.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Holy shit!
Mr. Mike Vecchione, the host of No Disrespect, right here on the Gas Digital Network.
Can I make a note about
Absolutely.
No Disrespect? Justin Silver, who's my close friend and has been on the show for 2 years, he's left to do other projects. It's me, myself, on No Disrespect. I'm having the best comics in the city, much like you guys are, and I have a lot of fun with them. So please subscribe. Please, I'm on YouTube, and follow me on social media at Comic Mike V. And just please support No Disrespect, part of the Gas Digital family. And I'm appreciative to be on, and I'm happy for you guys' your success.
Thank you
I
very
see you
much,
guys
man.
growing, and
Thank you,
we
buddy.
always tout ourselves on No Disrespect as the fastest rising podcast on the Gas Digital Network. But somebody tagged you guys getting to 5,000 YouTube subscribers and tagged me in it and go, fastest rising? And I'm like, well,
didn't
I
see
guess
it.
yeah.
Oh,
You guys
shit.
are.
We're gonna have to wrestle.
We're gonna have to. But thank you for having me on. I appreciate
Buddy,
you guys.
thank you.
Yeah,
This was
fucking
was
one of my
fun.
favorite
Absolutely.
episodes of all time.
Was I trash?
No, you're what? Trash.
Kidding me?
All right.
This kid's all class.
I thought my SAT
I'm
might
gonna
have
ask
brought
you
me
to
down.
co-sign for my new apartment. What are you talking about, Vecchione?
Ah, there's a song. That was nice.
Oh yeah,
There you
guys,
go.
Teflon Don over here.
There you go. That's a nice drop right there. I'd let you do open heart surgery on me right now.
And he might need it soon. You got your scalpel on you?
Kippy, what do you got?
Guys, yes, please go check out Mike's podcast. I listen, I'm a fan. It's fucking great. He's so fucking fun. As you can see, he's so funny. Go check it out. No Disrespect here on the Gas Digital Network. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. You can subscribe there as well. If you're going to sign up for the network, use promo code AYG. We make a couple of bucks. You save a couple of bucks. Everybody wins. We got some cool shit coming up that we're excited to announce. We got some new T-shirts coming up. We got some new... We're going to have some new live streams, some bonus stuff coming up. So, yeah, we're excited.
It's going to be fun, gang. It's going to be the fun end of the year here. I want to just follow up again, hit you with the fucking 1, 2, 3 punch. Make sure you fucking check out No Disrespect. And I'm sure most of you are watching this because you love the show, but if you don't, go fucking check it out. Mike is absolutely one of the fucking best, one of the sharpest joke writers, and one of the funniest guys ever. And this was one of the funnest afternoons I've had
This
in
was
a long,
such
long
one of my
time.
favorite
time.
episodes. So
Good.
much fun.
Guys, we thank you so much. We love you very much. Thanks for everybody in the live chat, and we will see you soon. Peace.